Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Today we will take a look again on the euro currency, on the Swiss franc, and briefly on the dollar index. So, because mostly these currencies have relation to coming European Central Bank meeting. So actually we have minimal changes since yesterday's session. So market mostly just expect what Draghi will say today. And there are two questions, major questions that investors will be taking a look for. So first is about the quantitative easing program, whether the European Central Bank and Draghi will give a hint on the possible starting of the closing of this program, and second, whether he will express any concern on the euro strength. So if you know, as you understand, both of these factors could have significant impact. So if any hints on the concern will be announced, and this probably will be bearish sign for the euro currency and will trigger some retracement. The same is with the quantitative easing program. So it also will be important because by this program, a lot of liquidity is coming to the markets, and makes significant impact in the overall situation on the on the forex market. So currently, it's still unclear from the technical point of view what could happen here because, as I said, on the euro currency, we have valid bullish grabber that is still valid, and it suggests the taking out of this top. At the same time, guys, this is really long-standing after the grabber has been formed. So actually, this has happened on the last week, the previous week, and market since then stands just a flat action. So that's not a very good sign. As long as the market shows no response to the pattern that has been formed, as weaker this pattern becomes, and it's less probable that any response will follow. Second, here we also have bearish pattern, is bearish divergence, and we know that market stands very close to the significant resistance on euro currency. That's why any meaningful retracement here is logical. So at the same time, if drop will start, probably the floor of this drop will be somewhere around 118 area, because this will be the fib level, and take a look, this is daily oversold. So hardly market will drop significantly lower. Also, guys, I dare to suggest that, by my opinion, is the chance on the drop here is a bit more probable than the upward action. Because in the picture that we see on another currencies, for example, I will show in the United States dollar index. On the dollar index market, first of all, it has met here with this spike down. It has reached the monthly oversold area. So we have talked about it last week in one of the researches. We said that this will be probably the floor for dollar index, and it means that some retracement could start because monthly oversold is very important. And here on the hourly chart, you can see that dollar index is forming some kind of Zagartas triple two buy. This leg is very slow and it's very choppy. It means that the major nature of this leg is a retracement. And I don't know whether the European Central Bank will be driving factor for that. Maybe some other, but that is mostly looks like a retracement, and some upward continuation here could follow. Because here we have clear signs of the thrust. There's definitely retracement. So at least minor continuation, but this probably could be enough to push euro to the downside as well, because this will indicate the strength of the United States dollar. Also, guys, if you'll take a look at the euro currency itself, for example, on the forward time frame chart, we have bearish grabbers here that we have talked about, but in general, guys, the nature of this action is also very choppy and sloppy, so it looks mostly as retracement, because here we see clear signs of thrust, it's drop, but here we do not see nothing of that sort. We do not see a thrusting action. Here's mostly some kind of the fluctuation, some overlapping candles, very low pace of the upward action, so it's mostly indicates some kind of the retracement or just expecting of something. That's why appearing of the butterfly here is very probable. So market could really reach the 1718. This is 117 extension, so it's very close to the 118 area. it's daily support. On the hourly chart, also the market is forming some kind of the triangle, maybe. And inside of the triangle, we definitely see signs of the retracement. So no signs of thrust, nothing of that sort. Returning back to the discussion of the situation on the Swiss franc, guys, our stop has been formed. So actually, as you can see, market mostly has completed and reached our support area. It's fib level and ABCD target, butterfly target, and now it shows the bounce up. So if you have taken a long position here, now you could move your stop to the break-even and wait what will happen, because it will be just safer before the European Central Bank meeting to contract your potential loss as much as possible. So that's what we see right now on the Forex market. So not much to talk about, actually, at least in the euro currency, because you can see it's very flat actions that we see. And mostly market just waits what will happen on the European Central Bank meeting. But taking some other signs on the other currencies and on the dollar index, it seems that it's indeed chance on some retracement looks significant. That's why if you would like to take the long position on the euro currency, it's better to wait for clarity. Do not take risk right now and just jump in, because it will be not big potential of the upside action. As you know, euro currency has overloaded speculative positions by the CFTC report. Market stands very close to the monthly resistance. That's why the upside potential will not be strong. But if market will show meaningful retracement on its European Central Bank comment and will show meaningful drop, that could bring more chance to get a good long position a bit later in the week or maybe on the next week.